If you're over the age of 40 and feel confused about nutrition, you are not alone. Every day, social media tells you to cut carbs, avoid fat, fast longer, or take more supplements. One video contradicts the next, and the result is frustration, confusion, and often poor health outcomes. Today, I want to explain a simple but important truth. Much of the diet advice you see online is not backed by real science. In this video, I'll explain why that happens, how doctors and registered dietitians evaluate nutrition, and what actually matters for health after 40. Welcome to Midlife Health Lab. This channel is dedicated to evidence-based nutrition and health education for adults in their midlife years. Let's begin. Nutrition advice spreads quickly online because everyone eats and everyone wants quick results. Weight loss stories, before and after photos, and dramatic claims attract attention. But here's the problem. Most viral diet advice comes from individuals with no formal education in medicine or nutrition. They often share personal experiences, what worked for them, what helped them lose weight quickly. But personal experience is not the same as scientific evidence. In medicine, we do not base recommendations on a single story. We rely on patterns seen across thousands of people, studied over long periods of time. Short-term weight loss does not automatically mean improved health, and quick results often disappear just as quickly. Doctors and registered dietitians focus on long-term outcomes: heart health, blood sugar control, muscle preservation, cognitive function, longevity. Now let's talk about how real nutrition science actually works. Before a recommendation becomes part of medical guidance, it must pass several levels of evaluation. First, studies must be peer-reviewed. That means independent experts analyze the research methods and results. Second, studies should include large and diverse populations. What works for a 25-year-old athlete may not work for a 50-year-old office worker. Third, results must be consistent and reproducible. One small study is never enough. And finally, we look at long-term outcomes, not 7 days, not 30 days, but months and years. This is why real science often sounds less exciting than social media trends. Science is careful, science is slow, and science avoids extreme claims. Now let's address some of the most common nutrition myths online. Myth number 1, carbohydrates are bad. This is one of the most misunderstood topics in nutrition. Carbohydrates are not a single category. There is a major difference between refined carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Refined carbohydrates include sugary drinks, white bread, pastries, and ultra-processed snacks. These can contribute to weight gain and insulin resistance when consumed in excess. Complex carbohydrates include vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains. These foods provide fiber, vitamins, minerals, and energy. After 40, fiber becomes even more important. It supports gut health, cholesterol levels, and blood sugar control. When people completely eliminate carbohydrates, they often experience fatigue, digestive issues, and difficulty maintaining muscle mass. Doctors do not fear carbohydrates. They focus on food quality, portion control, and metabolic health. Now let's talk about myth number 2. More supplements mean better health. The supplement industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, and many products are marketed using fear and exaggerated claims. Unlike medications, most supplements are not tightly regulated. Their quality, dosage, and effectiveness can vary widely. Some supplements are helpful in specific situations: vitamin D for deficiency, vitamin B12 for certain dietary patterns, magnesium for particular conditions. But supplements are not substitutes for healthy eating, and more is not always better. Some supplements can interact with medications. Others can cause harm when taken in excess. In medicine, supplements are tools. They are not shortcuts. Now, myth number 3. Extreme fasting works for everyone. Intermittent fasting has gained popularity, and for some people it can be helpful, but it is not universal.
After 40, the body undergoes important changes. Muscle mass naturally declines. Hormonal balance shifts. Recovery becomes slower. Extended fasting without adequate protein intake can accelerate muscle loss. It can increase stress hormones, and it may worsen fatigue or sleep problems. What works at 25 can backfire at 45. Doctors approach fasting cautiously. When used, it should be individualized and medically appropriate. Now let's talk about what doctors and nutrition professionals actually agree on. First, adequate protein intake is essential after 40. Protein supports muscle, metabolism, and bone health. Second, fiber-rich foods are foundational. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains support heart and digestive health. Third, strength training matters. Nutrition and exercise work together. Fourth, sustainable eating patterns are more effective than extreme diets. Mediterranean style and flexitarian approaches consistently show benefits. And finally, personalization matters. Blood work, medical history, lifestyle, and preferences all play a role. There is no single perfect diet, but there are many reasonable patterns that support long-term health. If there is one message I want you to remember, it is this. Health after 40 is not about trends. It is about consistency. It is about evidence, and it is about personalization. At Midlife Health Lab, our goal is to help you make informed decisions based on science, not social media pressure. If you value evidence-based health education, consider subscribing for future videos. Thank you for listening.